Good morning. Welcome to the 2025 Jerusalem Elementary School Veterans Day Assembly. We are very grateful that everyone is here, and from the students and staff at Jerusalem Elementary, we'd like to thank our veterans for their service. At this time, I'd like to present Kreitz Dungberger Prost for the presentation of the colors.
Color guard, halt. Left face. Color guards, post the colors. Present arms. Port arm. Right face. Forward, up. Forward, up. Forward, up. Up.
At this time, I would like everyone to please stand as we say the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much. Again, I'd like to welcome everyone to our 2025 Veterans Day celebration. I am Mr. Flanagan. I am very proud to be the new principal here at Jerusalem. Students and honored guests, Veterans Day is a celebration of those who have served in the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, or Coast Guard and protected our freedoms that we enjoy every single day. When you say thank you to the veterans who are here today, we are saying thank you for their service, their strength, and their sacrifice. We are grateful that they are here, and we would like to honor them with our program. Just a brief history, because I'm a former history teacher. This day was first called Armistice Day. It was at the end of the Great War, or as we know it, World War I, that ended on November 11th at the 11th hour of the 11th day. Armistice Day is now considered Veterans Day. In 1954, Congress changed the name to honor all veterans. And it is at this time that I would like to turn the program over to Mrs. Porter, our choir director, for our entertainment.
If all who are able would please rise for our singing of the national anthem.
By the dawn's early light, what so proud
Scouts and Girl Scouts to present at this time.
To us in America, the reflections of Armistice Day will be filled with solemn pride in the heroism of those who died in the country's service, with gratitude for the victory, both because of the thing from which it has freed us and because of the opportunity it has given America to show her sympathy with peace and justice in the councils of the nations. Woodrow Wilson. We would like to welcome you to our Veterans Day program. We are honored to share our school with such honored, noble, and brave guests. Veterans Day is an official United States holiday which honors people who have served in our armed forces. While many realize that Veterans Day is a day to honor our veterans, few realize the historical significance behind the day.
Veterans Day originated as Armistice Day and marked the end of World War I. World War I battles were formally ended at the 11th hour on the 11th day of the 11th month of 1918. Armistice Day was set aside to honor veterans of World War I with a day of parades and remembrances, as well as a pause in activities at 11 a.m. on the day. In 1954, Congress voted to change Armistice Day to Veterans Day to honor all veterans who have served in our armed forces.
Take a moment to thank a veteran by Joanna Fuchs. When you see someone in a uniform, someone who serves us all, doing military duty, answering their country's call, just take a moment to thank them for protecting what you hold dear. Tell them you are proud of them. Make it very clear. Just tap them on the shoulder, give a smile and say, thanks for what you're doing to keep us safe in the USA. Men and women that have served in the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, U.S. Coast Guard, and Air National Guard are known as veterans. We honor all who have served for protecting our nation. We celebrate Veterans Day each year as a time to dedicate to the cause of world peace. We thank all our veterans for serving to make our country free, peaceful, and strong. The Best on Earth, the Veterans Day Tribute by Joanna Fuchs. If someone has done military service, they earn the title veteran and more. They earn our deep respect and admiration, that they are special and no one can ignore. They sacrifice the comforts we enjoy. The list is long of all the things they gave. Our veterans are extraordinary people. They're loyal, dedicated, true, and brave. When terror and invasion were real threats, they showed us they could handle any storm. We owe our freedoms and our very lives to our veterans who served in uniform. Our veterans should be celebrities. They're exceptional. No other group compares. We're grateful for many things they've done. They're always in our hearts and our prayers. We owe our freedoms and our sword to and our friendship, but no one question what they're worth. These men and women served us in our country, our veterans, the very best on earth.
Thank you, veterans, for visiting our school today and sharing your stories and legacy with us. You're inspiring a new generation of Americans to fight the good fight. We would also like to pause for a moment of silence to recognize those veterans that were unable to be here today. From all the Jerusalem Jets, thank you for your service, keeping us safe, and sharing your patriotism. We will always remember.
I'm very honored at this time to welcome our keynote speaker at today's celebration, Heather Burns, Naval Intelligence Analysis. Ms. Burns served for 21 years before retiring in 2024, and she is here today to speak to us. Students, please make sure we give a warm welcome to Ms. Burns.
Thank you guys for having me today. I'm a retired U.S. Navy veteran, and just as a show of hands, you guys, how many of you have family or, who are veterans? Oh, wow. Wow, that's a lot. That's great. So I'm here to talk to you guys a little bit about what Veterans Day means and why we celebrate it. And I think you guys covered it pretty good with the 11th day of the 11th month at the 11th hour. So I'll skip that part. But so I'm going to talk about what it means and why we celebrate it. So it's an opportunity to thank all of our veterans and service members for their service to our country. They supported our Constitution and they kept us safe from enemies, foreign and domestic. And they paved the way for people like me and you guys in the future to also serve. So just make sure that you thank your family members, your friends, sisters, brothers, everybody that you know that's served or is currently serving for their service. So I joined the Navy in 2003. So I was in the Navy for 21 years and I retired last year in 2024. I was an intelligence analyst. I had a top secret security clearance. And one of the things I like the most about my service is the variety of opportunities that I had. So I started my training at Navy Boot Camp in Chicago, Illinois. But honestly, I was primarily stationed at Army bases. So I started training at the Defense Language Institute, which is in Monterey Bay, California. That was the Army base. And Fort Gordon, Georgia, Fort Meade, Maryland. And when I forward deployed, I was actually forward deployed to an Air Force base, Al Udeid Air Force Base. And I was very briefly stationed, oh, there's a little bit of am I too close to this? I was briefly stationed at Naval Air Station Pensacola for air crew and San Diego, California for SEER School. So my primary job was as an intelligence analyst at the National Security Agency, and I worked a counterterrorism mission. So my job was to find bad guys doing bad things and thwart their efforts. So something very unique about my time in the Navy is I was never actually attached to a ship. I've never been on a ship except for one time, but that was just to visit the ship. So I've never actually deployed to a ship. So I was air crew. So when I deployed, I actually was on an aircraft. That aircraft that I flew on was the EP-3 Ares. Do you have a question?
Yeah.
What's your question? Okay. 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 Thank you for sharing. Okay, so let's see. So the EP-3 actually was decommissioned. So no one's flying on it anymore. But some of the things that I learned in the Navy, I noticed are actually some of the things that you guys focus on at school as well. Did you guys know that? Integrity is one of the things that's very important to us. So does anybody know what integrity is? What's integrity? It's on the wall. Okay, yeah. It's actually on your wall up there. It's doing what is expected even when no one is looking. That's integrity. So that's actually really important. And our Navy core values are honor, courage, and commitment. And those core values are actually similar to yours, which are to be respectful, responsible, and ready. So those things translate as being honest and truthful, having the strength to do the right thing even when no one is looking, and to treat every individual with respect. Did you guys know that? No? Now you know that. So every time you look at your wall, you can remember that some of those things are things that we value in the military as well. How many of you guys want to join the military when you get older? Awesome. This is great. You guys should have been in my recruiting class. Just kidding. Anyway, so some of you guys will end up joining the military or doing other kinds of community service in the future that's really important. But you can start serving others right now in your school and your community by being respectful, volunteering, or helping your friends, family, or neighbors. So I just wanted to thank you guys for having me here to tell you a little bit about my story and why the Navy is important to me. Do you guys have any questions? What's your question? You're gonna have to speak up really loud. Just yell. When did I start? In 2003. A long time ago. Yes. Say again? Okay. Yell, just yell because I can't hear you. Oh yes, that's right. So an initial enlistment is 4 years. So I did like 5 of those. So after my first 4 years, I re-enlisted and promised to, and swore my oath again. And I did that like 3 more times. What did I do during my training? So I had lots of different training. So I basically was training the whole 21 years. But initial entry training is boot camp where they teach you the very basics of what it means to be a sailor. And then I went to my A school, which was my first school, and that was the Defense Language Institute. And so I studied Arabic and Pashto there so that I could be a linguist in the Navy. Some other training I had was aircrew school. So when I deployed and I was on an aircraft, I needed to know the basics of what that was like. So I went to school for that. And I went to SEER school, where I learned what to do if I was ever captured by the enemy. Yes?
Who's asking a question?
Oh yes, thank you. That'll be helpful. What inspired me to go into the Navy? I really was interested in languages when I was in college, and I found out that the Navy would basically pay me to do something that I wanted to do anyways. So that's one of the reasons that I joined. Mr. Allen, you can pick who's next.
Ryder.
What would be the worst thing, what is your least favorite thing about the Navy?
What was my least favorite thing about the Navy? Let's see. I would say that it takes up a lot of our time, so there's a lot of things that I missed out on. So, because we work a lot, we deploy a lot, and that takes away our time from being able to spend it with family and participate in school events like this. So.
All right, one more for this.
Was one of your family a veterans?
Yes, so my grandfather was a veteran, my uncle was a veteran, he was in the Army, and my grandfather was in the Army, and I had another grandfather who's also in the Army. I'm the first Navy.
All right, last one.
My papa was in the Navy, in the Army.
Oh, that's great. Tell him thank you for his service.
All right, we'll go one more question. Logan.
What made you quit?
Well, I didn't exactly quit. I did 21 years, and I decided to retire. So after 21 years, you can retire from the Navy. So I stayed 1 more year and did 21 years.
Awesome. All right, please give her a round of applause for that.
Ms. Burns' address to you is being in the military is a lot more than I think a lot of us believe. It's not all about fighting on a battlefield or in a ship. There are a lot of different things that you can get into in all the armed services. So when you're in high school and you're starting to look at what are you going to do after you graduate high school, when you talk to the military recruiters that come and visit, they will tell you all the opportunities that can be afforded to you, and a lot of times that's how a lot of college graduates pay for their schooling, is through military service. So at this time, I'd like to invite the color guard from Christ-Elmberger Post to do the flag retrieval. Students, it is again our honor to host these honored guests. When we look up at Mr. Allen's wall, we see the superheroes that he has. Right now, we are actually in the presence of real heroes. Those who sacrifice their time, their family, to allow us the freedoms that we so enjoy that not many students your age in other countries can say that they have. So once again, let's honor our vets and give them one last round of applause.
Color guard. Halt. Left face. Present on. Port on. Color bearers, retrieve the colors. Color guard, right face. Forward, march.